This is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chiles, www.superhotchilies.com. So, we normally do a Facebook live video of our harvests, and then later on, now we're starting to film them a second time, put up on YouTube later on, which we haven't put any up yet, but we've got them saved on our computer. And normally I would shoot this video and then get the peppers to my workers to get the seeds out. But being that we're so busy right now, orders are starting to pick up. And we have a lot of peppers coming from other grow areas to clean that I don't have time to film. I need to expedite this process, do a quick video on my phone now at nighttime. So excuse the lighting. We've got some lighting out here. Excuse the lighting. It's not going to be perfect. We normally do not shoot a video at nighttime. But we just got done finished picking. Well, I just did. Jim Duffy got done picking. Myself, I started about 6:30, and I finished now at 9 o'clock, which is now I'm filming the video. So I'm going to go over what I've harvested, give you a brief description, and then I got to bag these up with labels of what each one is and get them out into my area where we clean the seeds out for my guys. So we got to move along quick. Over here, we have the Lysa pepper, L-E-Y-S-A. It's a sweet pepper from the Ukraine. We've shown this in many videos already, a lot more peppers. This is the end pickings, but it's flowering and fruiting again, so we may get some November peppers. So that's the Lysa. It's one of the sweetest peppers in the world. Over here is the jalapeno multicolor, or the multicolor jalapeno. It ripens through about 3 or 4 different color changes, eventually ending up red. So you could say it's an ornamental, but most ornamentals don't have a good flavor. A few do, but this one does have a nice fruitiness to it, and they're about 40% smaller than the average jalapeno. The jalapeno multicolor. Moving down here, we have the purple Marconi. There's a golden Marconi and a Marconi red. Now, this is red, but you can see there's a little bit of purplish on the red, and that's because it ripens from green to purple to red. You can eat them when they're dark purple, or you can eat them when they're red. They're nice and fruity and really have no heat at all. Here we have a nice pile of ahi mango. A nice mild to medium heat ahi type that's super productive, fruity citrus tones. Again, very, very productive. And, you know, I know some of you had limited space and you don't want heat to blow your head off, but you want a little bit of spiciness and heat, and you want a nice sweetness for the things you're going to eat and cook with. So ahi mango is a very good choice. It's called mango because of the color of the flesh, but also some people say it has a mango type flavor, and that depends on your taste buds. Everybody's taste buds are different. Moving over here, we have a huge pile of ahi blended lemon, another super productive ahi type. Blended lemon is the work of a grower from Finland who wanted to improve the ahi lemon drop. So he made the ahi blended lemon, which makes fatter peppers and larger peppers than the ahi lemon drop. A little bit lower heat, most people say, than the ahi lemon drop. So if you want ahi lemon drop flavor with a little bit less heat, then grow the blended lemon. But as you can see, it's very productive. Over here, we have the Saraga giant sweet chocolate pepper, or giant sweet brown pepper. And it is very, very delicious. And it is, I got these seeds from Sandra Tipton, and these peppers can get over a foot long. This is end of the season peppers now, so they're not a foot long, but they get over a foot long. Trust me, they're the largest brown pepper I've ever seen. So the Saraga, which is the name of the market it came from in Indianapolis, it's an international market. But there was no name on the bin of these peppers. These peppers were filling up a bin. Sandra bought some, shared the seeds. A few of us grew them out, like my friend Chris Fowler in Wales, and Sandra grew them out, and I grew them out, and a few other people. And they're just really delicious, sweet, huge chocolate brown stuffing peppers or roasting peppers. Over here we have Little Dickens. Little Dickens is a small variety that you can grow in a small pot on your patio. They are sweet peppers that grow pointing up. They're bright orange. Over here they're looking kind of red with the lighting, but they're a bright orange color. They're very productive, very easy to take care of, very easy to produce peppers, and don't take up much room. And it's a sweet pepper. Over here we have Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu comes from the region of Machu Picchu, which is where the ancient ruins of the Incas are in Peru. And it's kind of a smoky, sweet pepper. It's a Capsicum, so it's a habanero type, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like an annuum. And it has a, medium to mild heat, mild to medium heat. I'd say it's got a good spicy heat, about as hot as a jalapeno. Every now and then, though, you'll get a pepper that's very mild and has no heat at all. It's a Machu Picchu. Here's the jalapeno diaguito, and this is from Italy. It's an accidental farmer's market jalapeno cross, and usually this is the defined shape you get, like this, kind of heart-shaped, but no point at the end, like a heart. That's the only way I can describe it. You get some that are a little more rounder, and every now and then you get one that looks kind of like almost like a tomato shape, but it gets the cracking and lines on the or corking, as we call it, on the skin, like a lot of other red jalapeno types. It's sweet and fruity and very thick flesh, very productive, and so far, they're supposed to be hot, but so far the few that I've had friends taste and I've tasted have been very mild. Jalapeno diaguito. Over here we have a few pimenta espelette, which is a culinary pepper from France and Spain. Pimenta espelette, also known as the Goya pepper. These are a lot smaller than the normal size. Again, these are end of the season peppers. Then here we have a couple of Papa Joe's Scotch bonnet, another Scotch bonnet type. We don't know why it's called Papa Joe's. We're trying to research that, and we find out why it's called Papa Joe's. We'll put that in the description on our website. Here we have a nice picking of paprika kaloksa or kaloksa paprika from Hungary. It really has no heat. It's got a sweet, savory flavor. Very rich, much depth. Definitely a delicious culinary pepper. Over here we have CP115 Select, which is a CP115 is a Butch T Douglas cross by Christopher Phillips. That's what the CP stands for. It's Christopher Phillips, a world-class grower and chili head for many, many years who lives in Michigan. Thank you, Chris. And this is a variant we got from Rocco Maltese in Italy, where he selected the bigger, bumpier peppers. CP115. It's already up on the website. And then here we have Snow White, which is a medium-sized white habanero type. Very, very productive. Unbelievable the productivity we got off of this. So if you like that white habanero flavor and you want something that really produces a lot, and the peppers are bigger than the smaller white habaneros, but not quite as big as the big ones, like the giant white, Snow White might be something you want to grow. And then we have the large orange Thai, or the orange Thai pepper, which doesn't have the heat of a red Thai. It's a lot milder, a lot sweeter, with some citrus tones, and very productive, and the plants get bigger than an average Thai pepper plant. And they do not grow pointing up, they grow pendant, which means the peppers grow pointing down. And over here we have some small mini paprika. Mini paprika is the miniature small version of the Vizina paprika from the region of Macedonia, Bosnia, around that region. The Vizina paprika, the larger one that gets almost a foot long sometimes, is also called Riza Macedonia, for your information. And then we have some Dolmalik Bieber. This is another Bieber type, not Justin Bieber type, but a Bieber type from the Turkey-Syrian region. Very, very flavorful, very, very productive. That's about the average pepper size you get right there. And good for roasting and stuffing, but not quite as big as an Urfa Bieber, and thicker flesh than an Aleppo or Maris Bieber. Then we have the white Moruga Bastard, which sometimes gets close to Moruga-looking pods like that one, but a lot of times does not. So we call it the white Moruga Bastard. If this was a true white variant of the Moruga Scorpion, like we grew red Morugas and one day we had whites show up in our patch, we would call it white Moruga scorpion. But we call it white Moruga bastard. Sorry if the last word offends you. That's because it's not a pure Moruga. That's the reason why. You can disagree with me if you want. That's all right. You don't have to grow it. Over here we have Pimenta caixo. They grow in clusters of peppers, clusters pointing up. It's from Brazil. Very delicious pepper. Very delicious. It's got a habanero heat level, but a low habanero heat level. Super productive and grows in pretty clusters of peppers, so that you get clusters of peppers growing together, pointing up, and they look like, bunches of flowers. Pimenta caixo. Over here we have some beat up jigsaw. You see the white burning on it? That's from their heat waves. So that's the jigsaw, super hot cross by Juco Fatali of Finland. Then here we have Pitanero. Pitanero is named after Pitan, P-E-T-E-N, Lake of Guatemala. So Pitanero is a Capsican Chinese heirloom of Guatemala. Kind of looks like a miniature Scotch bonnet, huh? Very fruity. Has a good habanero heat level, I would say equal to an orange habanero, and very productive. This is the Pitanero. Here we have a couple smaller peppers of Total Eclipse. Again, folks, this is the time of the year when you're not going to see our biggest, nicest peppers, because it's when the plants are starting to get tired. They went through multiple heat waves, multiple times been sprayed for insects with organic sprays, which still wears out the plants. And we're not going to have our best specimens at this time of the year. Sometimes we do get some nice specimens. Sometimes we don't. So this is the Total Eclipse, and it is a space chili, a Chinese chili. Over here we have the blot pepper. The blot pepper's from Eastern Europe, and it's because of the dark burnt orange blotches on it, as you can see. Very, very sweet and fruity. Hopefully, with the peppers we still have on the plant, we weren't planning on selling it this year, but hopefully with the peppers we have on the plant ripening now, we'll get enough seed that we can release it this year. We won't have a lot, but we'll be able to release it sometime probably end of October. Then over here we have the Cristal. The Cristal, these are smaller Cristal. It is a roasting stuffing pepper from Spain. You can see a little bit of aphid crap on there, so we won't be saving these to eat. This is about an average size of the Cristal, but they get a lot bigger earlier on in the season. Very delicious, great depth of flavor. It is a culinary pepper for sure. Down here we have Ferenc Tender. Ferenc Tender is another paprika from Hungary. Nice and fruity, no heat at all. At least I've never detected heat. Then we have the Dutus Landis, and the Dutus Landis looks like, let me pull one out, if I can get it unstuck from that other pepper. The Dutus Landis is from France, and it looks like a hot cayenne or Asian type, but it is not. It is a very, very sweet pepper, and it is used in making a condiment or a sauce called piperade, and I may be pronouncing it wrong because I'm not French, but it looks like piperade or piperade to me. Over here, oh, I'm sorry, that was not Ferenc Tender over here. That was Sibirsky Knyaz. Sibirsky Knyaz is a sweet paprika from the Siberian region of Russia. Sorry about that. Over here is Ferenc Tender. Ferenc Tender is a paprika from Hungary. Sorry about that. Excuse me. They look very similar. That's why I kept them over there and them over there, because I could mix them up. So this is Ferenc Tender, a sweet paprika from Hungary. Over here we got a handful of some chocolate maruglas, and looking nice and mean and very, very hot. The marugla is a cross between a 7-pot dougla and a Moruga scorpion. And you know what? It's one of the hottest peppers I have. The red one is, and the chocolate is just as hot. They're not selling well. I don't know why. So many people are looking for the hottest stuff to burn them up. And you know what? If you want to try something, if you want to go for the most burn you can get, I would try the red or chocolate marugla. You know, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Or the CP115 over there. Moving along over here, we have sweet apple cambe. Sweet apple cambe resembles an Alma paprika. They're probably related because they're both from Hungary. But the Alma paprika has a little bit of spiciness to it from time to time, where the sweet apple cambe has none. Then over here we have a little pickings of Rayados jalapeno. These are a little smaller than normal. They are, let's see if I can find one that's a little bit bigger. This, again, end of the season pickings, folks. Peppers are going to be a little smaller. I would say about 30% bigger than this size is a Rayados. Rayados are not very big jalapeno. They have a broader shoulder at the top by the stem and come down more to a point, where most jalapenos are pretty even the length of the pepper. So the width close to the stem is usually close to the same width at the end. It might narrow a bit, but not as much as this. Now, the Rayados jalapeno, in my opinion, and the opinion of a few of my friends that love peppers and grow peppers, is one of the most flavorful jalapenos and one of the most flavorful peppers they've ever had. It rivals the heat and flavor of the Zapotec jalapeno. Now, the Zapotec jalapeno is my best-selling jalapeno. After that would be the Farmer's Market jalapeno, the brown jalapeno, or the New Mex lemon spice, if I remember correctly. But this Rayados jalapeno is from Hidalgo, Mexico. I got it from my friend Enrique Lopez. He got it from one of his tenants in his trailer park who went to Hidalgo to get it. And it's unique because it grows about 5 feet tall. Most jalapenos don't ever get that tall. And it has a little bit of fuzziness on the leaves and the stems, which was what we see commonly on chili piquin types or serrano pepper types. That's when we see the fuzziness. You also see that in ricotos, but I'm sticking with the capsicum annuum species here. And on capsicum annuums, usually the only plants you ever see any fuzziness, like a little bit of like there's a little bit of peach fuzz on the leaves and stems. You see that on chili piquin types, or the bird pepper types, or serrano pepper types. You don't see it in jalapenos. So maybe hundreds of years ago, a serrano or a chili piquin crossed into this. Okay? And then over here, we have some Helix nebula. Helix nebula is a variety. Nope, made another mistake. Sorry. This is not Dutus landus. This is Helix nebula, another Chinese space chili type. That's a cayenne type. I said it was Dutus landus. I was mistaken, because the last peppers I picked tonight were Dutus landus, the sweet pepper from France that you make piperade, and they are over here. This is the Dutus landus peppers. You notice I'm keeping stuff like that far away from something like that, because that's how easy it is for me to mix things up. But I know that this was the last pepper I picked tonight, because I said, I wonder if there's any Dutus landus ready. And sure enough, there were, and I picked these. So I know this is Dutus landus from France. These can, on occasion, get over a foot in length. And they're delicious, and they're super duper productive. Now, the reason why you didn't see big piles of Dutus landus earlier on the season in my earlier videos, why? Because we had rats come on the property from our neighbors' properties, and the rats ate 3 varieties of peppers, all sweet ones. They ate my Anaheim orange, they ate my elephant ears, and they ate my Dutus landus. So all 3 of those, we lost productivity earlier in the season. But the plants came, we killed the rats, the plants came back, and we got some productivity. Okay? So this is Jim Duffy of Refining Fire Chilies, www.superhotchilies.com. Just for your information, if you watch this video tomorrow, because I will post it tomorrow on Facebook, the majority of our new seed varieties and older seed varieties that needed to get fresher seed because they were too many years old and we needed to get fresher seed before the germination rate gets worse or bad, will be up on the website approximately by October 15th. If they are not on the website by October 15th, it's going to be a few days after, okay? Please be patient, okay? Don't email me and message me asking me when a particular variety is going to be up, because I just told you it's going to be close to October 15th. So 80 to 90% of everything new will be up. We're trying, but if you don't have enough seeds, you can't put something up for sale. Now, if you go on the website and you see something at a 0 quantity a week from now, you know what that means? Don't message me and say, hey, you're sold out. No, we haven't got it up yet. That's why it's at 0. When we put an item up, we're going to probably have about 80 to 160 waiting in the wings. So we're not going to run out even in the first 2 months. Okay? We got plenty of seed. If I see something starting to sell fast, I'll have my girls pack up more. So please, pay attention to what I've said in the end of this video if you've watched this video. Around October 15th, we'll have most everything up and ready to buy. If you check my website before then, you may see the item there, but it'll say 0. And that means we haven't put it up yet. Okay? Very simple. Okay? We're very, very busy. I apologize for not being able to get things up sooner. I was really shooting for the end of September. And I always shoot for end of September, but it always ends up being mid or end of October. And it's just beyond my control. When you have heat waves over 100 degrees every other week for the last 2 months, you can't get much work done outside. And when you got employees that get sick, you can't do anything about that. And it all happened in the last 2 months. But we're getting caught up now. So everybody, take care. And happy growing the rest of the season, because we'll be picking for at least another 2 months. Bye-bye.